Hello, welcomes everyone. AnthWolf here, bringing you a new Let's Play. As you can probably tell from the title screen, or indeed the title of the video itself, we shall be playing some Total War Warhammer 2. Developed by Creative Assembly and published by SEGA, this game was originally released on September 2017, and just recently, here in January 2018, there has been some downloadable content which has introduced a new playable faction, which is the faction, the race we will be playing as in this campaign, in this series. We may do a couple of playthroughs of this game for the channel. It is an action strategy game set in the Warhammer fantasy universe that I don't know much about the lore. I'll be honest, I'm much more familiar with the 40k universe, but I enjoyed playing the original Total War Warhammer game, and I thought with this coming out, I picked it up in the Steam sale. It wasn't a great discount over the Christmas period, but I thought I might as well give it a go and see what it's all about. So, we're going to be starting a new campaign. I do have a series of mods installed, nothing really game-breaking, I believe. One that I think is considered lore-friendly, I suppose you could call it that. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just see what happens. We have two different campaign options we can choose. The Eye of the Vortex Campaign, which was the original campaign for this game. And we have the Mortal Empire campaign as well. We'll probably do both. But for the purposes of this campaign, we'll be doing the Eye of the Vortex, and to give you a brief summary. At the heart of the elven homeland, the great vortex coils, siphoning the excess magic that spills from the realm of chaos. But now, after many millennia, it falters. The vortex is vulnerable, and while some seek to control its great power, others see an opportunity, a chance to prosper and vanquish foes in an unstable, war-ravaged world. Choose a legendary lord, fight for all that they desire, and lead them to glory. And we have 5 playable races. The original 4, we have the High Elves, we have the Lizardmen, we have the Dark Elves, and we have the Skaven. And now, as of January, we have the Tomb Kings as well. The original 4 races are vying for control of the Vortex, undergoing a variety of rituals with their own unique resource, whereas the Tomb Kings are taking this same opportunity to gain control of something that has more particular interest to them. So, let us continue.
We must preserve this world.
These are all the legendary lords available. With the Tomb King DLC, we also have a new legendary lord for Skaven of Clan Rictus here. And we have 4 Tomb King lords we can play as. We have Settra the Imperishable.
Settra does not serve.
No, he does not serve, he rules apparently. He is the overall faction leader. We have Grand Hierophant Katet.
Join with us, exiles.
We have High Queen Khalida.
All vampires shall pay.
And we have Orkan the Black.
I am the Lich King.
Now, for the purposes of the Eye of the Vortex campaign, I'm stuck, really, about who I want to play. Settra would be the ideal choice, but if I want to play in the Mortal Empire setting, I might play Settra in that series, in that campaign, and try to take over the entirety of the world. High Queen Khalida is tempting. Let's play as Settra.
Bow before the Imperishable.
Why not? It is meant to be an easy initial challenge. His faction is known as Khemri, and playing as this legendary lord gives us a bonus to public order, to growth, to construction time. His aura size is doubled, and he has replenishment for Tomb Guard and Skeleton Chariots. Apart from the starting units, he has Tomb Guard with Halberds, which are some of your endgame frontline units, and he has a Khemri and War Sphinx, a construct which is armoured, armour-piercing, anti-infantry, and can cause terror. We'll be playing on normal difficulty, and we'll look at the racial attributes when we actually get into the game. So, let us begin.
The sands of time ravage all. Mortals, monuments, even civilizations cannot stand against it. Their remnants lost beneath the dunes, awaiting discovery by the brave or foolish.
What's that? I can hear something. Come here, quiet.
Like time itself, the living are not welcome in Nehekara. For this is the land of the dead, ruled by the Tomb Kings, where only the expired may serve. In life, they were tyrants, now cursed with undeath. They crave power more than any living thing, and none more so than Settra the Imperishable. Eternity was promised, but the Tomb Kings awoke to unlife, no longer beatific sovereigns. Their kingdoms as decayed as their bodies. The glory of Khemri lost, forgotten. A comet, an omen. The Black Pyramid stirs, but does not wake. A vessel of untold power, awaiting a new master. But it remains sealed. The Lich Priests are tasked with finding access. They venture deep into the catacombs, seeking clues. Discovering an obelisk inscribed with hieroglyphs as old as the desert gods. The answer lies in the 9 books of Nagash, the original tomes of undead lore, authored by the Arch-Necromancer. Due to the turbulence of the Vortex across the ocean, not 9, but only 5 books are needed. Then, the pyramid shall open. Time has seen the books lost, scattered. Other Tomb Kings will seek them, for all desire the Black Pyramid. Begin the search. Raise your warriors. The legions of Khemri march to war.
And so it begins.
Settra the Imperishable, King of Kings, Lord of the Shifting Sands, eternal ruler of mankind, rest no longer. Nehekara will be restored to greatness. Savage greenskins threaten to raid my lands in the east. They have defiled my temples before. I shall ensure their extinction. More godless orcs dwell in the mountains to the south. But a much greater threat squats within my kingdom. The Necratch Brotherhood leech upon my realm. A parasite that must be purged. But they are all mere distractions. I hunger for more. The power of the Black Pyramid. It stands guarded by a sentinel army and behind magical bonds that can only be unraveled by owning books of Nagash. The books shall be mine, and so will the pyramid. For I am Settra the Imperishable. I do not serve, I rule.
And so it begins. I always expect Settra to bang his fist against his chest when he says, "I do not serve, I rule." I apologize in advance for this series. I am going to be mispronouncing names, and it can't be helped, really. They have, naturally, a very Egyptian vibe, so we'll just do what we can. Within the Black Pyramid, a great power lies dormant, waiting to be unlocked by the bearer of the 9 books of Nagash. Collect the books and win the battle for the Black Pyramid to achieve this campaign's victory conditions. Tomb King factions can recruit units into their armies without the need to pay for their recruitment or their upkeep. Instead, each unit has a limited initial recruitment capacity, which can be increased by constructing additional buildings. So rather than training new men and women for your armies, you're awakening your former retainers into their own life. I may get the lore wrong. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I understand that after the great spell of Nagash, which was promised to bring them all back to their deific, beautiful selves, so that they could live life again immortal, they came back looking as they do, and they went pretty mad, all the Tomb Kings, all the different dynasties. Some went crazy, and they pretty much declared war on one another to try and, well, probably some of them wanted to kill themselves from what had occurred, and found it to be pretty much impossible. And Settra here basically kicked up a fuss and told a lot of them to rest until he had need of them. Tomb King factions must delve into their past secrets to increase the number of armies or heroes they can field, or to enlist the aid of mighty lords from ancient dynasties. This is their research tree, and again, yeah, we are going to be awakening like heroes of the Tomb Kings and lords who can lead our armies. At the beginning, we only have one available army we can raise, the one that Settra is ruling, or controlling right now, but we will be able to summon other lords to lead our armies as well. And finally, the Mortuary Cult. Tomb Kings can spend a unique resource Canopic Jaws within the cult, where Lich Priests combine them with trade resources to craft magical items or awaken legions of legend, mighty warriors who can be recruited to battle.
Settra is desiccated.
And here is a Lich Priest himself, Priest Nerutep. The Black Pyramid stirs, my liege, but to reveal the secrets within, 5 books of Nagash must be found. Begin the search at once, for other powers also seek domination over the Arch-Necromancer's shrine. We gain one of the books, We'll get so much gold and 25 canopic jars. Great King. Nehekara is yours as it has always been, but the orc infestation sullies your clean sands. Sire, if I may advise, raise the legions and purge their nest. Capture a settlement belonging to the Top Knots, which is to the north here. We are currently at war with them. A humble suggestion, Your Eternal Majesty. Set Lich Priests, other than myself of course, to uncovering the lost secrets of the Dynasties. Such endeavours may grant you even greater power and the discovery of lost legions. So we need to research a dynasty technology. So,
Only slaves worry about heat.
yeah, a lot of the Tomb Kings are just basically undead. Let's look at the Books of Nagash. There are 4 here in Nehekara. Is it all Nehekara, or is it the Southlands? Or does, say, the Empire call it one thing, and the Tomb Kings call it by its true name? There's 2 over in Lustria, and there's 2 in Ulthuan. Right. So let's see. There is a 9th, but it's in the possession of Arkan the Black, who I think we're also at war with.
Parched desert heat.
Indeed. I've played each of the Tomb King lords for about 10 turns to get a feel of the mechanics and which lord I may prefer to play as. I actually had a lot of fun with High Queen Khalida over in the southern corner of Lustria. She starts off right next to Teclis, which could be interesting. So, if we occupy the Lost Plateau, regions will be hit by a sandstorm after sacking or occupying settlements. Sandstorms do damage attrition to foreign armies. If we defeat the Eyes of the Jungle, which is a roaming army. Interesting. We defeat the Dwellers of Zardok.
What of the heat?
And if we capture Vulture Mountain. Now, from what I know, Vulture Mountain is right next to the start of Arkan the Black. I think he starts over here. Yeah. Wizard Caliph's Palace. The Lost Plateau is probably our closest target once we deal with the Necroc Brotherhood, which are led by Wurzen, I believe, who, in the lore, the Tomb Kings have a very good reason to hate. High Queen Khalida especially, for what he
Settra is
encouraged in Neferata. So, what else do we have? We need to collect the 5 books of Nagash, we need to claim the Black Pyramid, which is right next to us, and then win the following battle.
Attend your king, slaves.
So we have the Sentinels who are guarding the Black Pyramid.
Nehekara rises from the sands.
We have King Hakor. None of these people really like us. They are suffering from aversion.
Find my harem.
We have Numus to our east. And of course Arkan the Black. He has nothing to say to us? We are currently at war. We have the Top Knots to our north, the old Free Settlements, and the Necroc Brotherhood. We only have 2 settlements right now and they're considered rather weak. Could we get a trade agreement with you?
Welcome to my realm. I have had eternity to gather my resources. What do you need?
No, they don't want anything.
Is it hot?
Very well, no problem. Let's look at the dynasty tree here. There are 6 different dynasties you can go down. Each one gives you a unique lord you can recruit who can then lead an army. Some are better than others, it seems, especially early on. They each have their own proclamations, which also give unique effects, and each one actually gives buffs to different types of units. So the first dynasty here buffs Nekikara warriors and chariot units. Skeleton horsemen and Nekikaran horsemen. Also gives bonuses to skeleton archers. Maybe. We actually could get horsemen really quickly. Carrion, tomb scorpions, sepulchral stalkers. Tomb guard, we start with some, but it'll take us a while to get even more. The Hyro Titan. More tomb guard again, okay. We have the Skull Catapult and the Casket of Souls, which is our artillery types of units. Necropolis Knights. And finally we have the Ushapti. And the Ushapti with great bows. The Necro Sphinx. And the Khemrian War Sphinx. In addition, each of these dynasties can recruit you a Lich Priest, a Tomb Prince, and a Necrotech. The Tomb Princes and the Necrotechs are pretty good in melee. The Necrotechs have some abilities to heal and buff your constructs, like the War Sphinx that we have in our army right now. Lich Priests are basically our magic casters, and there are 4 different types free available at the beginning of the game, and the 4th, the Lich Priest of Shadows, we need the Book of Nagash before he becomes available. We also have these Heralds, which we can embed into our Liege's entourage, and they give various buffs to different units as well. And if we unlock all the Heralds, which cost a lot, the global recruitment capacity and the army capacity is amazing. But that's going to be quite later on, probably mid to end game. So, to be honest, I think we'll go down the Wisdom of the First Dynasty. One, because we'll probably get Nekikara warriors and chariots quite early. Nekikara warriors are better than the starting units. They're anti-infantry, but they're not shielded. So it's a pro and con situation. And Wakaf, the unique lord, actually has a bonus to melee attack when he's fighting in the desert terrain. So it's going to take us 14 turns, it seems.
Only slaves worry about heat.
Indeed. We have 4 great incantations we can perform. If we have 20 units, we can gain a Casket of Souls, which is one of our artillery. And it increases the... If we recruit a Lord, he'll start at a higher level. And for 5 turns, we can recruit units at a higher level as well. If we perform an action with a Necrotech hero, we get a unique Necrotech who can colonize ruins at level 3. Which is pretty good. If we have 3 settlements, we can cause a sandstorm in our regions, causing attrition. We've read about that already. Also gives us the Sand Veil ability. And if we have the Nekikaran Citadel, for 10 turns we get extra Canopic Jaws, extra growth, extra construction time, and we have the Tomb Swarm ability.
Is it hot?
And last but not least, we have the Mortuary Cult. If we have the Golden Canopic Jaws spare, we can recruit a new army multiple times. We have various Legions of Legend we can summon. We could probably get the Storm Riders quite early on. I think we have golden idols where we are, and I think we have iron nearby. It says the nearest iron is over there. I disagree. I think there's iron here. We saw it when Settra was giving his speech. But you can also craft the magical weapons and armor that you may wish to use. We have various staffs. Can we make potions? We can. Okay. And the more you scroll down, the more powerful those items are. So, let's have a look at Settra, the great king of Nehekhara. And he is the Imperishable. Kneel before the might of Settra. This is tier 1. If we have a treasury of 50,000, he will actually become the Khemri Hara, and that'll actually improve as well. Reasonable armor, good melee attack, good melee defense, weapon strength is reasonable. He has a unique crown and a unique weapon. Rank 6, rank 13, okay. We can put him on a skeletal steed, a Khemrian war sphinx, which is amazing, and a chariot of the gods, which lowers his health, but actually gives him flaming and magical attacks. I might have to look into them. I think the war sphinx might be anti-infantry, but a chariot is anti-large.
Only slaves worry about it.
And Settra is already an anti-large unit. Most Tomb Kings have the same blue and red bars here for their experience, for their skill tree here. Ooh, Resurrect. Replenishes hit points of combatants. That's actually really good. So Reanimate only gives extra leadership, but Resurrect replenishes hit points. So we might want to run straight for that if possible. What's also good is the Canopic Jaw Hoarder. This generates more Canopic Jaws per turn. We might want to recruit as many heroes as possible to get this Jaw Hoarder ability, just so we can get some Canopic Jaws every turn as quickly as possible. What I do know is Sun-Scorched Bones is really good. Gives you armor and melee defense for your frontline melee units. In addition, decisions. The units have to be rank 7. Missile resistance and armor might be really good. And Ancient Stone would be good as well. Settra also has the magic of Nehekhara. He has various spells he can cast. I haven't really looked at them too much, but no doubt we will. He has his own unique leader abilities, making him a more powerful combatant. Settra is a melee lord, rather than being a caster, even though he has some spells available to him. And he has some unique buffs as well. Ooh, that's really good. Gives us extra Tomb Guard with halberds. Okay.
Parched desert heat.
So we have Settra himself. He's a spellcaster. Armoured, armour-piercing, anti-large. We have some skeleton warriors. Sword infantry with practically no armour. Very little melee attack, very little melee defence. We have the Tomb Guard. You can see the obvious difference straight away. 50 armour. Reasonable melee attack. Pretty good melee defense. They are anti-large. We have a Skeleton Chariot, which is anti-infantry, which is pretty good. And we have the Khemrian War Sphinx, which will probably be winning most of our battles. A Constructed Monster. Armoured, armour-piercing, anti-infantry, can cause terror. It even has ranged attacks. I think it has a few skeletons on its back. Let's see, we can recruit another chariot, we may as well. And I think we'll hire spearmen over warriors. They have less melee attack, but they have 8 more melee defense, which I think is worthwhile as a frontline unit.
Settra is desiccated.
Now, before I do that, if I was to strike out, we could hit the salt plain immediately. Okay. We'll have at least 2 turns of recruitment. And here we are in Khemri, the province of the Land of the Dead, which is made up of Zandri and the Salt Plain. Khemri has a unique building chain, and it also has golden idols. And we start off with the Bone Shaper.
Is it hot?
The crack of cartilage, the snap, the whine, and the howls of the delight define the Bone Master's work, allowing us to recruit 2 Skaldon chariots. We probably won't keep this since it only goes to tier 3, but we'll keep it for now. We have the Crypts of Khemri. The dead return unaware that what was once their grave is now also their home. Which actually gives plus 10% research rate. That's pretty good. Gives a lot of income as well. Holy hell. So here in Khemri, we have the Great Pyramid of Settra, which is unit experience gain per turn plus 200. That's amazing. That's actually really good. And that's for local armies in the Land of the Dead. We have the gold mine, of course, we want that. And we have 9 slots, so 1, 2. We probably want the Royal Menagerie. Probably the War Sphinx, Necro Sphinx, and Hyro Titan statues, so that's 5. The statue of Thaka, I guess that's how you say it, which gives us the Ushapti, which is 6, Tomb Scorpions, which is 7, the Nehekaran Citadel, and the Royal Burial Chamber. I think we can get everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we could. It's going to cost us a lot of money, but it will be worth it in the end. Damn right it will. The Great Pyramid of Settra is 15,000, but the unit experience gain per turn would be amazing. So it's well worth probably going for. In 7 turns we'll have enough growth to make a mastaba.
Settra is desiccated.
Yeah, desiccated indeed. Right, so we want to go against the Salt Plain in the near future. Savage Orcs and Savage Orc Araboys. The Salt Plain typically has salt, which is, I guess, a unique resource we could use. Decent melee attack, very little melee defense, no armor, but their weapon strength is impressive. They would actually decimate most of our front line right now. Okay. I don't think there's anything else we really need to go into. We need to speed up the camera, which we'll do now. Okay. And yeah, let's end this first turn. It's only taken us half an hour. Ooh. Hi there. Skulk. There are many legions, warriors, and servants still under the sands, ready and willing to serve. We must find them, sire. Construct a building that permits recruitment of more units. I mean, we could build the open graves, but that's 2,000 of our very paltry treasury. Let's not do that just yet, even though the skeleton archers would be nice. Nope, we'll wait. I say, we start off with a reasonable treasury, but the Tomb Kings don't really have much of an economy. Surprise, surprise. They do get some money from trade, but because their units don't cost any upkeep or any cost to recruit, they don't really worry. You're also mustering. I see. Okay, one more turn and then we'll push out. Sire, in the time since the Great Vitae River changed to the Mortis River, bronze is no longer the superior element. We need iron to compete with these younger, inferior kingdoms. And I'm sure iron is up here. So before we push out, let's try some trade.
We find ourselves in regal company. The great pacts of old are possible.
Ah, we can ask them to become our vassal. They would supply us with tribute. Interesting. Well, that would be, we could annex them through military might, but forcing them to become our vassal would be good as well.
Settra rules.
Okay, so...
Greatest.
time to push out.
Settra hates. Entomb them all.
Let's have a look at the battlefield.
Execute them.
Okay.
Defeat is impossible.
I'm not sure if I'll cut out the loading screens. I've noticed from test videos that they can be really quick or really short. So if I feel like they're taking a bit too long, I'll cut them. Otherwise, hopefully they'll take less than 15-20 seconds and then we'll just keep them in. 15 out of 30 Winds of Magic. You know, that's fine. Let's see now. Let's have a look at actually Nehekara. It is a desert. Let's look at our units as well. We'll get to you in a moment. We have the skeleton swordsman here. And spearmen. We have our chariots. Is that a tomb guard here? I think it is. Awesome. Oh, War Sphinx. Oh, it's so amazing. It's like when it gets into battle as well, you'll see it's like a giant puppy. So eager to just jump in and delve into, get itself into trouble. And we have Settra himself. With his giant halberd.
Great king.
Okay. So, as long as we don't lose our Tomb Guard, and as long as we don't lose our War Sphinx, the rest of the units we can replenish. We're gonna have the chariots here. And where do we want to put our... And I think that's it. Okay. Let us begin.
Very well. Yes. As it should. Move, animals.
Savage Orcs. I don't think they have anti-large.
Settra the Imperishable.
Just need to watch out for their caster.
I am undefeatable.
We have the Wrath of Petra. An explosion that does not affect friendly troops causes moderate magical and fire damage with a large explosion area.
Settra the Imperishable.
I think we'll push through with our chariots. See if we can get their attention. Yeah, gotta watch out. Are these shielded? They're not.
Obey. Move. Obey. Charge.
Well, this is gonna suck for them. Pull our chariots back. Still not coming for us.
Mightiest of kings.
Kinda surprised at that. Oh well, fine. We'll go in and deal with them ourselves then.
Press them.
Pull this chariot back, it's actually taking a bit of damage.
Of course. Settra the Imperishable.
Yep, that pretty much destroys that, that unit. Settra's chasing down a shaman. Oh, I don't think you're getting away. Yeah, I didn't think so. And since we're fighting in a city, even the enemies routed will be killed afterwards. Lost 181 of our units there. The chariots, despite having armor, take a lot of damage.
Repeat, but do not linger.
The replenishment would be nice, but we're going to be recruiting for a little while, so let's just occupy it. Sire, your forces dominate thanks to your greatness. Now is the time to take full control of the province and see the resurrection of Khemri and all of Nehekara begin in earnest. Need to control the entire province through vassals, direct ownership of military allies. In 3 more turns we will get an event. So let's not worry about going to colonize Zandri. And some of our spearmen did take a bit of damage there, but that's fine. Ooh. Assault plane had opened graves. Those consigned to another world revived to an insipid parody of life to do their master's bidding. Good. We'll actually keep that here. We'll probably move the Bone Shaper over here as well. Nehekara warriors and our Tomb Guard. Tomb Guard are only tier 3 units. Like, they're basically the top tier infantry, apart from maybe the Ushapti, I suppose, but yeah, they're not amazing compared to some of the other factions. They do the job, and that's about it. The only difference is they can field a lot larger armies later on. Or numbers of armies, I should say.
Bow before your king.
So we will take the archers. And we'll get some more spearmen. Yeah, I guess that works. Okay, Settra actually leveled up. So, route marchers, always useful. Replenishment would be nice as well. I think we'll go for Sun-Scorched Bones, though, for the extra armor for our front line units. And
Find my harem.
find your harem, did you say? You need to get your priorities sorted. Okay, and I think with that we can end this turn. got a question. For the Tomb Kings, how do they speak? They're desiccated. They're basically bones. Not really skin. I guess there is a bit of skin there. I'm just curious. Well, I suppose if they've got desiccated skin, they might have tongues. I was just curious as to how they spoke if their tongues had withered away. Oh well. 3 more turns until we have a population increase. So let's just burn through turn 4, I think. We need to get the salt plane to a Mastaba as well to gain the salt, I believe. Warzen, what are you up to? Oh, I guess you moved across my land. That will give us a diplomatic penalty. Ooh, a mysterious island just off the coast. So the salt plain. Yeah, it has a salt mine, which is a tradable resource. In the desert, decay sets in fast. Preservation is key for food and flesh alike. So, we have 1 slot remaining. Still 2 more turns until we're replenished. We could probably... Like, you don't have much experience. If I was to put you in that army, what would happen? Of course, it would be the greater experienced spearman. Okay. If I remove you, we want to keep 1 unit free, 1 space free in our army. Can we reach Gorgazan from here? Maybe not.
Settra does not serve.
Okay. So let's end turn 5. And there's the Top Knot army. A Tomb Prince, Necrotech and Lich Priest enter your throne room and offer themselves in your service. Now, a Lich Priest would be good. More magic, of course. Tomb Prince would be good as a good, like maybe a bodyguard or assassin, like hero assassin. But we will take the Necrotech just to unlock the right that's available. They also are good to heal your constructs, and since we have the War Sphinx in our army...
More slaves! I need more!
Now this hero is bound to your service, sire. I suggest testing them. Give them an order.
My great works unfinished.
So we can actually increase campaign movement for Settra here when he's embedded in the army.
This is my mission. Settra the Imperishable.
And we've unlocked the great incantation of Tra.
Bow before your king. King of kings.
I wonder if I could I was going to maybe go into ambush mode and see if I could draw them out. 4,000 gold is a lot, but
Protect my vision.
definitely worthwhile.
I ignore the critics.
We'll send him over. Okay, and with that we'll end turn 6. You're mustering, that's going to be a problem, but Hopefully you'll move out and attack us.
Settra is close.
Will you push out and attack? You will? That's a lot of Savage Orcs. I mean, that's a shit ton of Savage Orcs. And Savage Orc Boar Boys, which are anti-infantry. We will have the garrison as reinforcements. We must have just been in range. But they are weakened. Okay. The battle's actually in their favour. But if we can break it, it gives us a good opportunity to destroy the top knots for good. I think we'll fight maybe in this corner so the boar boys can't get at us too well. We'll put our halberds right in the center. Actually, what I might do is put some spearmen on the edges. And have 2 units of spearmen just in case. Skeleton archers. I think we outrange the arrow boys. Have our chariots. Settra, of course, and our War Sphinx, which is just going to charge in and have a lot of fun. Okay, we should try and gamble for more Winds of Magic. Very nice. Bring them in. What is their speed to ours? 74, 64. So we can actually outpace the boar boys. We're going to have to deal with the arrow boys, no doubt. Bring them in. get our War Sphinx in straight away. And okay, in we go. I mean, they greatly outnumber us, but if we can get these archers in, and maybe get these covering.
Settra the Imperishable.
Settra, you... need you to get stuck in.
Destroys. King of Kings. Charge!
I need you to actually go for the general if possible. Oh, we lost one of our chariots. Bloody hell. Holy hell, we lost so many units already that we've actually got tier 3 to Realm of Souls. Right. Where do we need them?
Settra the Imperishable.
Settra, get involved, please.
Do as I say. Attack the living.
Oh, Sphinx. Trying to think where I need him most.
Break them.
Get the war boss dealt with. Let's get in. We are doing reasonably well.
Statuary.
Necrotech is actually anti-infantry.
Protect.
Yeah, we actually won that battle. We lost one of our chariots in doing so, but... if we chase some of them down, we need to try and injure them as much as possible. Ah, they have more speed.
No rival.
Oh, wrong one. Bye. Do we still have a Tomb Guard? We do. Good. I was worried about them. Chariots we can replace. Oh. Oh, wow. Ripped him in twain. Yep. Will they manage to escape? I don't think they will. Basically just walking all over them now, aren't they? Oh well. Anyhows. A close victory. So we lost 2 units of spearmen and 1 of our chariot units. Our Warsphinx got 160 kills. Our archers did reasonably well as well. Settra needs to get involved a bit more, I think. Do we want the replenishment? You know, ooh. Treasury's nice. Cannot pick jaws, but treasury. And yeah, take the armor. Ooh, apparently this is still quite a reasonable battle. We'll crush this army. They have a new lord leading them, of course, and then we'll break this first video. I'd rather not have to deal with them again. Didn't lose any archers. Interesting. Our Warsphinx is already rank... Is that rank 4? It is. Bloody hell. Just let them come to us a little. In we go. Bloody hell. It's already involved.
Was that one? Here we go. Settra the Imperishable.
Bloody hell, our chariots are getting eaten up again.
Settra the Imperishable. Fight! Stop that dog!
Oh, we lost our chariots. God damn it. Oh, I'm not paying attention to them as much as I probably should be.
Settra the Imperishable. Perish. Yes. Of course. Awake on the crossings.
There we are.
I am undefeatable.
Can we get the kill? How much damage you can do? Knocking him over, not really doing much damage though. Yeah, oh well, so be it. Decisive victory.
Greatest of kings, victory! At last, more power.
Ooh, the Armor of Destiny. 10% ward save.
Settra does not serve.
And... Decisions.
Myroth! Settra has no use for living slaves.
Bloody hell. Determined to fight to the last man. I can respect that, but we're kind of in Numas's territory right now, and this video's going on a little bit further, a little bit longer than I anticipated. But that's also fine. We need to definitely go replenish our army, that's for sure.
Settra the Imperishable.
Yeah, we don't have much left.
Great King. acceptable order. Legions, forward! Settra the Imperishable! Forward!
Come the Savage Orcs. The Arrow Boys are really the only ones that have any strength left.
My way!
Get a Necrotech involved.
Settra the Imperishable!
We lost 29 units. Much better. And that should have broken the army there. They had already retreated once this turn. So they should be wiped out.
Greatest of kings, victory! Settra has no use for living slaves. Bow before your king and master. Go this way.
Yep. Can we...
Of kings.
Can't get back. Gorgazon, how much? We only have 5.
Greatest. Settra moves.
Very well, we'll just push straight in next turn then. And we'll replenish our forces at Gorgazon once we take it.
Settra does not serve.
Some Canopic Jaws for Settra.
He does not impress me.
And we'll take the increased mobility and the Canopic Jaws here. And with that, we'll end this first video.
This is my endeavor.
Still a lot of things we want to do. We need to go colonize Zandri, which we can do next turn. But yeah, we've broken the top-notch major army. We just have Gorgazan, and we have Galbaraz as well to the north here, which is part of the Southern Badlands. So, this of course has been AnthWolf playing Total War Warhammer 2. I hope you've all enjoyed this first video. As I say, I will be taking this campaign relatively slowly, because I don't know what to expect after the first 10-15 turns or so, especially as Settra. As I say, I was playing more as Khalida in the test video over in Lustria. This is one of those games that I don't have much experience in, and I think it's one of those games that I think is more maybe interesting to play rather than watch. It depends on, I suppose, the person you're watching and how they're playing as well. But feel free to comment if you so wish, and I'll see you for even more in the next video. Until then, no. Bye bye now.